Today I'm going to be making a tier list of the worst fandoms. This is I'm Puking is the worst you can get. I'm About to Hell is the second worst. Halfway to Puking is the third worst. And this is the fourth worst. It does not make me want to puke, but it's still awful. Alright. Let's start off with Steven Universe. The fan base is more annoying than bad, so I'm just going to put it here for now. Alright. Next up is Five Nights at Freddy's, and this one is I'm About to Hell because of the amount of like weird lore, and the fans are just weird in general. Like, there's an abundance of furry porn of it, and also people get way too hyped up about it. Next up is Pewdiepie, and I'm gonna put him in halfway to puking because the only really thing bad about him is that his fans are a bunch of 9-year-olds and Redditors, and it's a bit cringy, but like, he's still a good person, so here, he goes there. Next up is Charlie D'Amelio, and oh god. She's an I'm About to Hurl because of her fans getting so worked up about her, even though all she does is dance. Her content's as lazy as mine. And also, I just find it annoying. She's a spoiled brat, and she has a stupid drink, so that's why she goes here. Next up is Zoe Laverne, because she made out with a minor, so that makes her go straight to puking. And she never found anything wrong with making out with a minor, which is the worst thing. Next up is Undertale, and that can go halfway to puking because, actually, I'm gonna put it here because the fans are like the exact same as Steven Universe. It's just Sans funny moments, basically. Next up is K-pop, and that's going to I'm Puking because K-pop stans cancel anyone who doesn't agree with them. And they could like pull up something from when you were 2, you accidentally said a fucking slur, and they're gonna pull it up and put it against you and start like a fucking riot. They're gonna dox you, it's awful. Next up is Overwatch, and that can go to I'm About to Hurl because actually, I'll put it halfway to puking because like the community toxic is very toxic, but there's a bunch of porn of it. But like other than that, it's not as bad as some of the other things. You know what? That actually does go on I'm About to Hurl. Never mind. Fortnite goes to I'm About to Hurl for basically the same reasons as Overwatch. Plus, it has a bunch of 9-year-olds that are annoying. Alrighty, up next is My Hero Academia, and surprise, surprise, that goes straight to I'm Puking because the community is very toxic, and they ship a lot of characters and then harass the creator to make those ships happen, even though they're nowhere close to happening. Next up is the Marvel Cinematic Universe fans, and that goes to halfway to puking because of the cringy edits. Alright, next up is Attack on Titan, and that is going straight to I'm Puking because the director, one of the directors of the anime was bullied off Twitter. One of the actors for a character who killed another character was harassed, and that basically explains itself. Alright, so next up is Star Wars, and this is gonna go to halfway to puking because there's a lot of infighting in the fandom. Up next is Lunch Club minus Call Me Carson, and that is gonna go into I'm About to Hurl because just recently Jay Schlatt was harassed. You all are usually harassed, the stands are weird, that's about it. Alright, so next up we have the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stands, and that's just gonna go here because they really only make unfunny jokes that no one understands unless they see the show. Up next is the Sonic fandom, and they can go into halfway to puking because they are kind of like the Star Wars fandom, and they're not as bad as Overwatch. They're toxic, but not bad as Overwatch toxic, and also there's porn of it. Actually, no, that goes up there because of that. Holy shit. Next up is Corpse Husband stands, and they're not that bad, so I'll put them here. The only thing that really is cringy is that whenever they see like his hand or something, they go nuts. Alright, up next is Nintendo, and that can go here because people, I mean, they really do not know what they want, so they just go here because they're almost exactly like the Star Wars fandom. Okay, finally is Dream, and he's going straight to I'm puking. Dream SMP stands are the worst because they sexualize minors. Sexualize almost everyone on the server. Also, it's just awful. The Dream also kind of encourages it, so yeah, that's why he is at the top in my opinion. Hold on. Let me just go here. There we go, and that is my whole list. Alright, so this is the real prick of the day. Scratch Dream off the biggest prick on YouTube. It's actually this guy. His fan base apparently shares CP on his Discord servers, and he's made multiple of them. So, yeah, screw this guy. He's done multiple other things, like he made a guy with mental problems eat his own shit on stream, and yeah, he's a really fucked up guy. He's the definition of a Schrodinger's douche, and yeah, this guy can go fuck himself.